Don't mind me. I'm just testing out my new Elgato HD60 PRO and the new streaming setup that I'm not sure if it actually works with the recording setup. Oh, we're not dropping any frames. You know, yeah, I hope that's set right. Actually, that just occurred to me. Maybe I should have checked that before I started the stream. Why are you watching this? It's just a test, bro. It's not worth watching. Oh, man. How long do I have to run this? To accurately test it, how long do I have to run it? Because I don't know how much dropping I'm going to get. 29. Okay, I mean, it's not dropping a single frame. So there's that, which is nice. No, really, why are you watching this? There's no need for you to watch this stream. It's just a test. Testing. 1, 2, 10, 11, 11T1. Does fast motion screw it up? Is there a delay? I don't know. Actually, I have no idea how I would test without monitoring. Here, look. Here's a camera. Here's the top of a camera. I wonder if you can autofocus. Does autofocus work? Yeah, the autofocus works. I do like the camcorder I'm using right now. Okay, well, nobody's supposed to be watching this. This is a test stream and nobody's supposed to be watching it. But if you are watching this test stream, I would like to tell you a short story. 2 days ago, I bought a camcorder, the Sony AX33 4K camcorder. I bought it because I was in Best Buy, it was cheap, and I need a camcorder. Really, I guess I don't need, but it would be extremely helpful to have another camcorder for something I'm about to record. I'm going to do live and recorded. So I bought the AX33 and I brought it home and I played with it and I returned it the next morning. Like immediately, as soon as I could return it, I returned it. The reason is, well, you know, I looked up a video with the AX33 versus 53, okay? The 53 has a much improved sensor, and I watched a guy do a test side by side of both, and the 53 clearly was much better, but I realized the reason the 33 looked so bad was noise. And I went back and looked at my video, and sure enough, there was noise. Okay, well, all cameras... Sorry, my hand is at the tripod. All cameras have noise. And in low light, all cameras tend to have a lot more noise. But I took video of my cat sitting in front of a window. Not the gazing cat, the other cat. He's more of the sleeping cat type. I took video of my cat in front of the window. Sunlight. I had to actually expose using the outdoors. There's a spot focus meter function on the camera. I had to expose using the outdoor light because it was too bright if I exposed based on the cat. So I pointed at the cat, and I pull up this footage, and I look at it, okay? No shortage of light. No way the thing had any kind of gain running. In fact, it was probably stopping down because there was so much light flooding in, and it's a white cat. And white cats don't fare too well with bright light, as far as, you know, seeing their fur on a camera. I looked to the side of the cat, where the cat was a shadow. With a lot of light, you shouldn't really have noise problems. This camera has noise in the shadows in broad daylight. That is unacceptable. And by noise, I mean a lot more noise than I'm used to seeing. Look, this is my Canon R60, okay? This camcorder got me started in filmmaking. I love this little camcorder. It is one of my favorite things. It has pretty bad image quality. It's great for a cheap camcorder, but for professional work, it's not acceptable. It simply is not. Poor color reproduction. Everything's kind of soft. There is noise whenever the light even starts to think about getting too dark. This Sony has a bigger sensor, 4K, Everything about it is superior. The stabilization is that really sweet stabilization that I wish that every other camcorder maker had. Yeah, it didn't work out. So I took the AX33 back, and I was seriously thinking about taking it back and exchanging it for the AX53, which it turned out was actually just $100 more instead of like $250 more. But those cameras, Sony prosumer and consumer camcorders, don't have manual control over more than one thing at a time. You can set iris, you can set shutter speed, you can set exposure like gain, but you can't set more than one. If you set a shutter speed and then you set an iris, it goes back. The other setting that you set goes back to auto. And I found a workaround. If you use spot meter, spot focus, or spot meter / focus, and you have it do an automatic exposure or focus or both lock, the spot meter focus function changes your wheel to focus and locks the exposure. So then you can change the focus to whatever you really wanted to focus on. It has good focus tools, like it's got zebras, peaking, magnification, good focus tools. So you can lock the exposure, and then you can adjust the focus, and then you can set another thing manually like shutter speed. Perfectly acceptable workaround, okay? As far as just general stuff, you can't set a fixed iris and a fixed aperture, but that's filmmaker snob crap. What burned the camera for me was that the noise performance was bad in daylight. How does that even happen? It was worse than this Canon R60. It was worse than an R60. A camera that I got several years ago that has the smallest sensor. The sensor is so small I don't even see it on those charts where you can see the size of the sensors compared. It's amazing to me that something that costs that much and that is that much more advanced, and Sony makes the sensors for half the other camera makers, and they screwed it up that bad. So I took it back. And I was going to get the AX53, but you know what? I changed my mind. I decided, no, I'm not going to get the AX53. I'm going to buy a professional camcorder. Yes, that means like $2,000. I haven't bought one yet because I don't really want to spend $2,000. I don't have $2,000 just lying around to dump into a pro camcorder, you know, so I'd have to go into debt to get it. But once I do this job, we're going to see where it goes. And if I have the money, I might get a pro camcorder. But I decided it's better to hold my money and wait than to buy inferior technology and just say, well, I'll make the best of it. Why not another Panasonic G7? Stills bodies have that stupid 30-minute limit. Thanks, European Union. You screwed that up for everybody in the world, didn't ya? I don't know why stills cameras sold outside of the EU have the European Union camcorder tax limit on them, but they do. And I need cameras I don't have to babysit. Oh my god, it's dumping rain like crazy. Well, that means the storm's rolling in. I'm going to get off of here. Dropped no frames. It's recording just fine. It's streaming just fine. I have no idea if anyone's watching this, but if you are, thank you for listening to me complain. I'm going to get off of here before that storm blows my Elgato that I just bought out of the water. Y'all have a good day. Sorry about going southern on you at the last minute like that. But you all have a pleasant evening. Take care. Drink your tea with your pinky extended like a proper British snob.